Me and Mohammed Oman Bango, Minister of Youth Affairs. Liberty Online TV they ask every Sierra Leoneans to follow online programs and with the ministry incessive. If we be part of the minister, if we be part of they ensure say we send the right message and one area than the way we will use, because when you use online TV, you reach out every Sierra Leoneans across the country. Thank you very much.
Hello, Mr. Salon people. Me na Prezo Kroma. I want to tell una say una always tune in to Liberty Online TV for the very best of information, entertainment, and education. The best online TV.
I'm Edwin, the Vice President of the 50/50 Group. I just want to encourage the viewers for stay tuned to Liberty Television.
Me na Victor Louis, Chairman of the Sierra Leone Premier League Board. I encourage you all for watch Liberty Online TV and for follow get all your news about sport and anything where they happen at Salone.
Of course, when I see Liberty Online TV, I was so touched because the country, say all the journalists that we did now better journalists. Now people always ask questions. Now people that will like this country. Now people that will not back you because of your political background or who you come out. Now people that always really hit the name and the body. Sierra Leoneans they may not miss them a lot, but when we see them back on Liberty Online TV, we get hope. Say we get people the way the old politicians they now to ransom. I say thank you.
Mina Abdul Karim Kagbu, popularly known as AKK. Me na the head of media for the Sierra Leone Premier League Board. I encourage Sierra Leoneans and follow Liberty TV Online as they get all the current and up-to-date information about wetin dey happen inside sport and wetin dey happen inside the country. So if you want to get correct information, up-to-date information, now for go follow Liberty TV Online and promote that with young people like how we get this TV.
This comedian selfie, man of the people, for the people, by the people, aka the crop top barista. They live with the Liberty Online TV. Keep logging on to these guys. They are giving you quality content. Always read online. Just search for Liberty Online TV. Now me say so. Order.
Hello viewers. Continue for stay tuned to Liberty Online TV for your news updates and development processes. Thank you.
Me and Mohammed Oman Bango, Minister of Youth Affairs. Liberty Online TV they ask every Sierra Leoneans to follow online programs and with the ministry incessive. If we be part of the minister, if we be part of they ensure say we send the right message and one area than the way we will use, because when you use online TV, you reach out every Sierra Leoneans across the country. Thank you very much.
Hello, Mr. Salon people. Me na Prezo Kroma. I want to tell una say una always tune in to Liberty Online TV for the very best of information, entertainment, and education. The best online TV.
I'm Edwin, the Vice President of the 50/50 Group. I just want to encourage the viewers for stay tuned to Liberty Television.
Me na Victor Louis, Chairman of the Sierra Leone Premier League Board. I encourage you all for watch Liberty Online TV and for follow get all your news about sport and anything where they happen at Salone.
Of course, when I see Liberty Online TV, I was so touched because the country, say all the journalists that we did now better journalists. Now people always ask questions. Now people that will like this country. Now people that will not back you because of your political background or who you come out. Now people that always really hit the name and the body. Sierra Leoneans they may not miss them a lot, but when we see them back on Liberty Online TV, we get hope. Say we get people the way the old politicians they now to ransom. I say thank you.
Me na Abdul Karim Kagbo, we popularly known as AKK. Me na the head of media for the Sierra Leone Premier League Board. I dey encourage Sierra Leoneans them follow Liberty TV online as dem get all the current and up-to-date information about wetin dey happen inside sport and wetin dey happen inside the country. So if you wan forget correct information, up-to-date information, na for go follow Liberty TV online and promote them with young people like how we get this TV.
This comedian selfie, man of the people, for the people, by the people, aka the crop top barista. They live with the Liberty Online TV. Keep logging on to these guys. They are giving you quality content. Always read it online. Just search for Liberty Online TV. Now me say so. Order.
Hello viewers. Continue for stay tuned to Liberty Online TV for your news updates and development processes. Thank you.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange. This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to another edition of the program, the Liberty Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from the Liberty Online Facebook page and YouTube. And Liberty Online TV, they're powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Good morning,
Good
Khadija.
morning.
What a weekend.
I know, lovely weekend, restful, because you know, easy
and
for
a quiet
this,
one.
Yes, for do this back to back Monday and Friday. So every Friday can walk excited and say, "Woo! It's Friday." Welcome back, viewers. We hope so now all get a lovely weekend.
And now, so we welcome now to this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show. And now, this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show, we look at the 16 days of activism. When a global 16 days campaign, where they use for campaign against violence waking happen to women and girl picking them. As we all know, these 16 days of activism, they don't start from November 25 and it go end on the 10th of December. And the theme for this year, where they choose na invest to prevent violence against women and girl picking them.
Well, continue for day with we now the program this morning. In case you self want to contribute to the program, send we message now the comment section na any of the platform the way they watch we, either na YouTube or Facebook, or you can also send we message to 074 200 545. 074 200 545 now the number for send you message. Today we dey look at the 16 days of activism we still carry on. It been start from November 25 this year and it go end December 10 when the Human Rights Day. Well, we can talk to different people we go tell we how fast along they now for raise awareness on the prevention of women and girl picking them so that violence not go happen to them. Continue for the week with the program. Make sure say you share the program this morning, share the link so that other person go able for join the Liberty Breakfast Show this morning.
We're going to be right back.
welcome back. The program we still watch now, the Liberty Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, Facebook and YouTube, and also now we website. In case you just tune in, make sure say you share the program so that other person go get the opportunity for joining the program. Earlier, we tell Una say today we look at the 16 days of activism campaign where the Ministry of Gender be launched from the 25th, and this now a global campaign where country them all over the world they do for raise awareness for prevent woman and girl picking them against violence. We will continue with the program, and we will look at the first issue inside the program this morning. As alone they join other country them for member the 16 days of activism. The national coordinator for initiative for young women and girls with disability, Masire Brema Lavali, don't call on government for pay more attention to women and girl picking them where they live with disability, where they suffer from different abuse them. It talk more to Princess Pierce inside this interview.
As a whole, I will just give a background of the organization before we go to the 16 days of activism. This is now an organization where they advocate for the right and empowerment of women and girls with disability. We advocate against the prevention of GBV, SGBV, that is sexual and gender-based violence. We advocate against discrimination. We do coaching and mentoring. We do livelihood support to women and girls living with disability. So basically that is the vision of the organization. So looking at the vision and with thematic areas, you find out say women living with disability, one of the thematic areas now for protects and prevents them against GBV. As we all know, you being a woman, generally being an abled woman, you are prone to violence, you are vulnerable. Let alone women living with disability, coupled with disability, now a double vulnerability. So that is why you find out that women living with disability, they are more vulnerable and they are more prone to sexual and gender-based violence because of so many reasons. We are so much enormous. Thinking of their challenges, thinking of discrimination, thinking of poverty, thinking of harassment, so they are really prone to sexual and gender-based violence.
So with all of the issues then, the way the highlights for women with disability, now with this activism, waiting una want for see?
We want for see positive discrimination for women and girls with disability, because all the time then they always stereotype, especially persons living with disability, and women with disability is no exception. Because if then they stereotype persons living with disability, women living with disability as well included. So this time around in activism, we want to foresee abled organization, because that is a great challenge we have. Able organization, when then they do activism, you hardly hear them talk about women with disability, but yes, still they are advocating for women, but failing to realize that if you're talking of vulnerable women, living women with disability, I don't think you make the mark you're looking for, because you being a woman alone or a girl, you are vulnerable, coupled with disability. So would I really vulnerable past everybody? Now disabled Pekin and disabled women and girls. So we they advocate for more than reduce violence against women and girls. And waiting they cause most of them violence, and they princess, I can tell you, one, discrimination, poverty, unemployment, because most people were disabled, especially women, when they go out for go look for their livelihood. Some men were not afraid God, then they harass them, then they violate them. At the end, they're not able to give them nothing. We have stories upon stories of that, life stories. But if that person they engage, if they do something discriminatory free, maybe they do positive discrimination. Positive discrimination is what we want to see for women living with disability. And even when we are advocating together with the able people, let them be capturing women with disability in their advocacy. But we always hear them saying, and women, yes, we are all part of the gender lens, but let this be specific for women with disability. We want to see ourselves captured, because if you look at the GWI Act, they're shouting about all over GWI policy. If you look vividly into that act, no section, not the way they capture women and girls with disability. But when you ask duty bearers, then go tell you, say, and women with disability are all part of women. We don't want to discriminate them. For us, we want to see positive discrimination.
Now with all of the thing we do highlights, we get for do the challenge where women with disability they get. Looking at the theme for this particular year, gets for do side and talk about invest to prevent violence against women and girls. So you think say better investments no day to women with disability?
At all. Better investments no day. Better investment no day. Princess, you don't interview me. We don't do so many things them. How many women with disability have you seen be gainfully employed in this country? Just take a look. How many? If we'll not even get up to 1%. When you talk for gainful employment, in terms of governance structure, how many women of disability where did they? Even with these past elections, with the political appointment that's been done, how many women have they been appointed as parliamentarians or voted for or be appointed? It's not that. So they are not investing in women with disability. We've not seen investments for them. So we're craving the indulgence of government for make them focus on disability. And disability is something I always tell people, it will happen to you at any time of your life. You go able today, as they go forbidden, you not gonna know what they happen. You get an accident, you become physically challenged, you begin for use crutch. You go for down your bathroom, you don't become physically challenged. Fly go na here, you don't become blind. So that is the more reason duty bearers, civil society, abled women, influential women need to actually come together, invest in people living disability, and ensure that they get the appropriate playing field, the appropriate platform wherein their voice will be heard, they will be gainfully employed, and reduce poverty and illiteracy rate amongst them.
So with all of the issues they are going forward, as the activism still lay the campaign they go on, we get for do with violence against women and girls. From the disability perspective angle, waiting on want for say, waiting on a call.
Well, like we your organization, I can tell you, we don't advocate. We don't start from the 25 in Moyamba. We the advocates. We the advocate against the elimination of GBV. Then the one that when a victim of GBV, when a women with disability, waiting we don't they do. We they make sure that we train them. We advocate for livelihood support for them, for make them be self-reliant and become ambassadors. Yes, we work with the Ministry of Social Welfare and other duty bearers for ensure that the victims, some victims of GBV, now some district them, make them go be self-reliant, make them go get startup kits, and then serve as ambassadors, and see how we go engage stakeholders in those communities as well for serve as ambassadors for women living with disability, for preach the message and ensure that their rights is protected.
All right, welcome back. You still watch this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show, and before that short break there, you've been listening and watch the National Coordinator for Initiative for Young Women and Girls with Disability, Wena Masire Brahma Lavali. They talk na that interview with the producer Princess Spears, Usai is concerned and call on government for pay more attention to women and girl picking them where they live with disability, as he said, and they suffer different form of violence them. As we know, say, we they mark the 16 days now of activism, when at time where the world can use for campaign against violence and sexual gender-based violence and other bad things that can happen to women and girl picking them. Well, where anything can happen plenty time for less survivor them can speak up. Now one big challenge where don't they happen because most times, SGBV, they happen to people where they close to you, either in your environment, your community, your workplace, or side them where people and they will like in higher authority than the one them where they now the subordinates them where most times can be survivor. Well, following know more about SGBV and how survivor can able for cope, especially in a society also we find ourselves where people are not able for speak out. I want to welcome to the studio this morning Margaret L. Davis, when a legal practitioner and SGBV survivor. Good morning and welcome to this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show, Margaret.
Good morning, media. Good morning, listeners.
Well, as I just don't tell with viewers then, for let people speak up, we don't go through SGBV now one challenge now society like this, because most times the incidents here can happen outside and ways on them. Now people way now workplace, churches, homes, and communities usai people can the way people can regard as superior them we can give challenge for the one that we can be victim not able to speak out. Before they can look at your case, just start for tell with viewers them. What motivates you now this kind of setting where we find we say for speak out?
Like you say, the society where we live in a male-dominated one, and most times only they prevent victims for speak out. I was motivated by the fact, say, you know, it was getting too much. The harassment was persistent, and we need for put an end to this thing because it's becoming a norm now in our society, and we need for do you know, I do not for myself but for liberate so many women where they suffer in silence, for give them hope, for give them comfort, say they can come out and speak out, so that because if we keep quiet then we allow the perpetrators, but speaking out it will deter potential perpetrators from committing the offense or from doing the act. So that motivates me. It's not like I was motivated to bring this particular person to the spotlight or justice, but I was motivated because I want to speak out and give comfort to other victims.
When you look at Salone, the settings, that issue of stigma, point finger, now one way common. During your term where you've been come out and stand and speak against workplace harassment, are you be able to manage the issue of stigma?
It was terrible. It was a different face in my life, because every morning you get to wake up to your name, your face, and newspaper, social media. Sometimes I wake, I don't want to open my WhatsApp because as the opener it's Margaret Davis, my face and name. So it was really at a point, you know, it was like just keep off and go away and this, but something in me keeps saying no, we need to stand up for other girls, for other women, because this thing it is right down to secondary schools, it is even at churches and mosque them. So if we can imagine this happening to a lawyer, what will happen to that school picking, what will happen to that market woman or that cashier, you understand? So every day you get to wake up, you get to see your name and face, but again I get support from my family, my husband, my colleague lawyers, them, some of them were there for me, and some media people, although the media fights back against me, the media way at least for help bring out these things, but they fight back against me. But it was something I was able to overcome, and then, you know, speak out. I'm not being, I reach a point where I say, you know what, I not care again about what people say about me. Me no say they talk the truth, get me evidence and everything. Let me just do this for liberate other people and save me name.
When you look at Salone society, you dey find out say most of the abuser there, so now people are working in higher places, people are working in a position of authority. For example, if it happen at schools, you go find out in a teacher or a lecturer go they harass students for marks or for grades, and most time they can use money and power for fight back against una. In your own case, such be happen to you?
I don't want to make we go too much into my own case, because I don't want to prejudice the investigation where they go on. But generally, when you talk about sexual harassment, most times it happen between the victim and somebody where they're in a position of authority. Thankfully, the government of Sierra Leone amended the Sexual Offences Act 2012. There's an amendment to that act in 2019 where bring come about this solicitation where they talk about. If you look at the act, the definition of solicitation say when you're in a position of authority, you request for sexual favor from somebody when is subordinate in a place of work. It go down, you talk about even doctors and patients relationship. You talk about preachers, not churches and mosques, and then congregation. It talk about students, lecturer. So the amendments, it make them a bit more powerful than the 2012 Act. We just talk about harassment. So this thing about solicitation, people in authority fall under the Amendment Act. And when you look at sexual harassment, most times they get to do with those in position of authority, because they're using their positions to get sexual favors from their subordinates.
So with the law they deal with from your perspective, how serious authorities and they take the issue as to where they happen?
I can't rate the seriousness of the authority because most times people don't come out. Then they forget for come out. And in my own case, I don't report the matter. That's now one of the things that I report: solicitation and harassment. And they're still investigating. So we don't know. Maybe this is a test. It's a test case for those in authority. But because people are not coming out and victims are not they come out, then you cannot really test the authorities or those implementing the laws. So this is time for them to come out because the governments don't go further, don't make, do this amendment to the act, give more powers and try to bring perpetrators to light, but people are not coming out. So you cannot at this point rate the seriousness of the authority. Maybe this is just a test case.
All right, Margaret, we'll come back to you shortly. Continue for the with me. Ina Margaret L. Davis, a legal practitioner and also a survivor of workplace harassment. A day this morning for sharing your experience as to waiting be motivate them for speak outs, as we all know say it's challenging for find yourself in a society like this and they go through certain things them we get for do with sexual and gender-based violence and tinap and talk say I don't go through this. Well, you still watch the Liberty Breakfast Show. We'll come back shortly.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
All right, we continue with the program, the Liberty Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from the Liberty Online TV, na Facebook and YouTube. Today, we look at the 16 days of activism, where we don't begin from November 25th and it go end December 10 this year. We also na the International Human Rights Day. Well, this na day where the United Nations be put aside for the country them all over the world been campaign for raise awareness against the bad thing they wake happen to women and girl picking them. Well, today at the program, we also want to welcome a human rights lawyer and also activist we don't team up before for champion different campaign them we get for do with the protection of women and girls na Salone and some other country them all over the world. Now the program this morning, I want to welcome Yasmin Jusso Sheriff. Good morning, ma'am, and welcome to the Liberty Breakfast Show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right, so we don't start the conversation before you come, but quickly before come to you, we'll go over to the Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs, when our Dr. Isata Mahoy, we're there with we on the line. Good morning, Madam Minister, and welcome to the Liberty Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Khadija. Good morning, Mabel.
And I pleasure for get you na the Liberty Breakfast Show this morning. We still say on the 25th this month, where na the day where the United Nations be put aside for raise awareness against the bad things that wake happen to women and girl picking them. Your ministry will officially launch this, and we look at the theme, now invest to prevent women and girls. For Saloya, from the government angle, how much would I don't invest for prevent Salone women and girl picking them?
Well, Khadija, I just want to say before we go the investment we as a country don't do, I just want to give humble them a brief background on why the 16 days of activism. Why? Because data they show say 1 in 3 women now the world all over they suffer from gender-based violence, and also we take into consideration say women them especially vulnerable populations, we include persons with disability and others, they suffer more than the one them we know they in a vulnerable condition. So this na the background we make countries them, about 187 countries them around the world come together. We get about 6,000 organizations them where they strive for fight against gender-based violence. So then join the campaign. And this year then give you a theme winner: unite, invest to prevent gender-based violence against women and girls. So it means say we all for come together. We all for able for invest for put we all and all inside, so that we're able for make sure say we end violence against women and girls. And now if I able for come to your question na that as a country we don't dey try, for the most recent law them where we don't make so far na this country where they help for end violence against women and girls. We can trace history back to 2007, where we get the Domestic Violence Act, the Registration of Customary Marriage Act, and Divorce Act. Then you get the Evolution of Estate Act, where all the acts and they've been coming to be between 2007 2009. We also get what we call the Child Rights Act, where because speaking themselves they suffer, where all the acts and they we don't look, we try for review them. We see in 2012 we try for review and we try for get the Sexual Offences Act, where inside 2019 we review them. We make the offenses them, how then the charge for them become very much stringent than how it been there before. And now as a country, we don't even they try. We've been on table before the last elections. The government tried for table through the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs for table the Child Rights Act, where it not been passed at all during that same day. And now, in fact, we don't begin consultations where as a ministry for make people for consult the rights authority them, where the like traditional authorities, the so way them, where all that one day therefore help we again towards for go table again this particular bill na parliament. I just try for give a background on them. Waiting na the steps them way as a government we don't take the legal framework did it. Although a lot needs to be done because most of them law they are so as time they go, if they get more things the way they come, if they see the gaps them, identify the gaps them, and then they call for a review where in time to come, we go for the review them again for make sure say we place we woman and picking them in a better position where they will be free from violence against women and girls. We don't also see a lot of civil society work around. Plenty civil society organization in this country don't work with government, don't work with other development partners them, just for make sure then support, work together at community level for make we able for end violence against women and girls. And the donor community said they tried for do then you. So if they ask about investment, a lot has been going on, even though like I say, plenty needs for be done. We get a lot for do. Probably will not be they target the right people them. Will not be they go down to community level. Now that make inside me own ministry. I don't talk and say this time. Now community-led initiative them. We would work with local CBOs where now then they go, now then they feel the pinch. Because many of these violence where they happen against women and picking them, they happen within the homes, now the community, now school them, now workplace. So we get for fend them, we got for unite, work together so that we collaborate very well for make sure say we reach at all them level there so. And one thing where they unbug this first way na we don't see say na a big challenge, na the compromise that we can happen. At the family level, you see a lot of compromises. At the judicial level, you see a lot of compromises. Even with the security sector, when then they prosecute, so many things. So we don't decide say this term all we efforts we they try for put them inside the level layer so for see create so much more awareness, bring people together, make them see the need for able for report some of them cases there, and when they are reported they are not also compromised. So we don't invest a lot as a country.
London invest a lot for stop SGBV and also for ensure so protect the victims them. You self-aware say the issue of compromise can bokuna den community them, and you say one per your initiative where you bring kind of for take them to the community so the community will be lead pan this fete. but how effective this could get for be taken into consideration within our society, usai for let people them speak out can be challenged before you come even for reach to the issue of compromise at the end of the day. Waiting on the use as strategy for let una give confidence to the victim them for speak out.
Okay, the issue of confidentiality, we they always try for protect the people and where they report their issues there so. And also because stigma plenty at the community level. So we creating awareness for make people understand, say, fine for stigmatized victims them where they go through then kind of violence there so. This not the use we make plenty, it's not that issues not they happen at local level. It's not that they happen inside the homes them. It happen, but people because they're afraid for talk, because they're afraid say, oh, the society go look them with bad eye, so they're not able for talk. So now that in fact it create the awareness and tell people why you think say it is bad for make one then stigmatize people, and also it is good for make them report. And together when they report, it will help for save more people them. More picking them go left for suffer from this, more women themselves go stop for suffer from domestic violence or gender-based violence. So that are the strategy, awareness raising, and also the structures them, institutions for work. We need to get institutions for work. And as long as institutions work and people get trust in institutions, we need that time they go able for promote confidence, for build the confidence of the people. So now then strategy then they will try for see how best would they work together even with the police, would they work together with the judiciary, and also with other organizations, them, the NGOs, them, the civil society organization, they how well they work together, bring one message come to the table. Because what may not happen fragmented information also they go down to the community level. This organization will get in your own, government will get in your message, this go get in your message, which is not done. And sometimes they confuse the people them as well. They know what's in that thing. So the strategy also for report. Now that make the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs, they work with UNICEF, UNFPA, and other partners, the UN Women and all. We get what we call the e-referral pathway, where you get with the toll line of the 116 free toll line, where people go call, then they input this data, the data come directly to the platform when they're able to trace the victim them. But we are challenged in this country, with technology, especially with people where they na the community level them. Not to all man they get access to mobile phone, not to all man they get access also to internet, and sometimes even the road networks also responsible, and even the network connectivity. Sometimes the victim go try for call, gets the toll-free line, So then time mismatch, then the gaps are already. So they try for make sure say we try for address then gap then they, and how we they do and we they work together. Civil society say will come.
We go come back to you. Madam Minister, we'll come back to you as we will continue for talk about some of the challenges them we want to get. That are the Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs, Dr. Isata Mahoy. They will twin the program this morning. Today, they look at the 16 days of activism where they continue all over the country. We see the ministry, activists them, and self other people don't come together for raise awareness against some of the bad things them we can happen to women and girl picking them. And this year theme, like unite, invest to prevent women and girls. When they come now to an activist, a human rights lawyer, we also don't lead different woman organization them, and it don't the champion campaign like this for make sure say woman and girl picking is safe in a society. Let we look at the theme, Yasmin. When you look at the theme for this year, a clear and simple. First, they want us activists them for unite, and also the stakeholders them for invest, for ensure say them prevent woman and girl picking them. How you go fit this theme into the salon context?
Thank you very much, Khadija. Unite, invest, prevent. Very, as you say, very clear and straightforward. In terms of uniting, me go say, let the ministry and the various people that we don't work on the issues, the key issues for Sierra Leone. Let we unite, as the minister say, on a message and a pathway. So for instance, me go really appreciate and look forward if finally the government can take up in responsibility and join the fight, unite with others for let we address the issue of child FGM, female genital mutilation. Because the minister talks about too much compromise, the minister talk about mixed messages, and one of the things that we get for try for do for unite around, I think one key issue in Sierra Leone, na child FGM. Let we get let we unite together for say let we eliminate them. So let we invest further in all the work we already done be done. Let we go forward with the Child Rights Act. We very clearly say no child FGM. Let we not get no mixed messages. Let we not get no more consultation. That's all to me now a waste of the investment. Let we go to Parliament. Parliament be done block we before the election. Let the government stand by in word. Prevent continuing child FGM. Where they kill Pikinde, girl Pikinde, it stunts the future of women because of all the trauma when they suffer. And let we just work on, let's take a single issue. We've been on this for a very long time. Let we set ourselves a target because the 16 days sets the agenda for the following year. Let we make up we mind, say 2024, we don't go so far with this, let we just get rid of this child FGM as a national priority. No more consultation, no more discussion, no more talking with anybody. We don't go international community, we don't go CSW, successive ministers, we don't get first lady self, we don't say they're all day against child FGM. So let's just get this off the table. Let the investment pay off now.
Let me look at how far una don't come as activists, them just like how you self-state earlier before you did talk, and with the implementation of the GIWI Act. You feel say this na a straight path, una don't they win the fight against some of them bad things them where they happen to woman and girl picking them, or some of them documents and are just documents them because authorities in Enki want for go CSW make a case for Salon?
Well, I mean, you know, there's always a problem because you get high intention and high aim, but in fact, you know get the resources and you know get the political will, because political will self now are the key resource, okay, behind some of these things. The GIWI bill, the GIWI Act, they join a long line of issues for which resources apparently not on the. Another key one, we go make the GIWI Act itself effective now. Review and reform of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, amendment of the Constitution. Down there with all the Panama things say, you know, well, I can't remember how long now, from Peter Tucker in time, from 1991, with on the other issue this. So, yeah, I mean, I think the major resource that we need now is political will and commitment. Let we get the law-making stage done with. Let's pass some of these laws that are long outstanding. And then we can now start fulfilling the resources within the communities for let we implement and make the law them where we don't pass effective. But now, you know, we don't need for hold on, you know, we don't need to talk too much about it anymore. Let's just start moving forward. There's many things that we can do. There's a lot of resources for fighting gender-based violence, violence against women. Let me just work with it and we get and move forward.
So while waiting and still campaigning for more laws, the laws that may already exist, authorities then really don't use them for give justice to victims of SGBV?
For me, my own position is that everything we need to do about not just sexual and gender-based violence, but just violence against women is already against the law. You understand? I mean, if somebody it take me as an adult, or it take a pikin, it cut we no scomot, they not go tell we say law no day. But for whatever reason, we and we international partners say, if person go old person in Pekin, it cut in clitoris, it cut in conch, but that one they still we get for pass law for let we do something about it. So, but me don't try for be a practical person. So if they want to take their time for change the law still. Let them take their time, but in the meantime, let we really want to see some difference. Let we use the existing law, because me no see if we able for care person go na police station say this person he harm me picking, he wound me picking, he cut in nose, he cut in ya, he cut in yanda, whatever it is. The police then let the police then do their job. We get our resources there, we get the capacity, we get the expertise, we get the law, we get side where we send them go. You know, we get prison for blah 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 and all that kind of thing. So meeting say if they want for stand still or law making, fine. But meeting say the law the resources then let's just implement now.
All right. Continue for those tonight program. And in Yasmin Jesus Sharif, in a lawyer and human rights activist. Today with the program this morning. As today they look at the 16 days of activism we still continue. When they come to other guests, when Margaret L. Davis, in a survivor of SGBV and also a legal practitioner. But quickly before we come to you, we'll take this break. We'll come back, we'll go talk to Margaret.
And he always they come with full responsibility.
No believe nobody for all bag na airport. I like it dressed like a salad. We staff them there for help you, not afraid for ask for help.
Even if the one we come for help you look innocent, not fully yard by property. We hard-working staff then there for make you feel safe and secure. Not afraid for talk to anyone from them. Make sure say you bag lock fine and seal fine for let person not go tamper with them. Not go with thin where they know the grip for let you travel with. Thin like a drugs. Or you go get big trouble. The law no go take and not be no and not be no. Travel suffer, take the journey. Enjoy the sky with collapse.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Alright, welcome back. You still watch the Liberty Breakfast Show, and today we look at the 16 days of activism when at time the Globe can use for campaign against bad things that can happen to women and girl picking them. Earlier we don't talk to the Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs when Aisata Mahoy. We also don't listen from a legal practitioner and human rights activist, we na Yasmin Jusu Sharif, sorry, and also we get at the studio with we this morning, a legal practitioner, we also na a survivor of workplace harassment, we na Margaret L. Davis, e be on the talk how e been get motivated for speak out. We they come back to you, Margaret. This na the 16 days of activism. Outside the globe, the campaign against them where they happen to woman and girl picking them, we're not good in our society, and you don't be a survivor of some of these incidents where we're not going into the specifics of your own case because nothing they under investigation currently. But if somebody they watch you right now during these 16 days of activism, waiting they be you talk to government, especially because most times it's not the authorities and for ensure say the law taking cause. Waiting the need for do during these 16 days of activism, let it not just be days and where they come after it pass, we forget about the issues them where can happen to woman and girl picking them. Waiting the need for do during these 16 days.
Okay, all right. Like the minister rightly say, for Unite, so we're calling on the government through the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs for make them bring together, like you don't say, CBOs and other human rights activists and NGOs and for come together. And for me, I believe say the laws are there. Like we get the 2012 Act, we talk about harassment. We get the, sorry, I just come from the sexual harassment perspective. Then we get the 2019 Amendment Act, we talk about solicitation. But how well are the authorities or the law enforcers implementing these laws? So we get a lot of sensitization from the ministry, going down to the community level. They need to sensitize people, girls especially, because then picking there, so they're afraid for come out, they're afraid for speak out, because they're afraid say if I go talk say me teacher they harass me, I'm not going to pass in subjects. If I talk say me lecturer they harass me, I'm not going to pass in module. If I talk say me boss they harass me in our workplace, I will lose my job, like way me lost me own. So this is the fear among them, say if I speak out, I will lose my job, I'm not going to pass my exams, I not go this, I not go that. Even at the churches, the mosques. If I speak out, I not go sing again. They not pick me for sing. If I speak out, they not make me dicking. If I speak out, they not go do this and not go do that. So we need for sensitize the public. So the ministry for start with sensitization in all the engagement within the PAM, and then therefore make sure say government therefore make sure say these laws, like the minister said, the law is dynamic in nature. So there are laws there, so time for the can wait and for the amend and some they repeal, but for this one amendments and for the CAM, because when you look at other countries, there are robust laws on sexual and gender-based violence against women and girls.
The delay back in investigations. Now one day where lots of people, especially people like Kuna, where he don't come out and speak. Delay in investigations again, now one way many people can see say, you know what, I'm not even talk, just continue for keep quiet.
Yes. That's another issue, because I'll take my case for example. I report from, well, when you look at sexual harassment, you get the administrative reporting procedure. So I exhaust all that, I report administratively, then I take them out to the police. It's more than a year. October 2022, I reported the matter and still they investigate. So if now some other people then they will just say, make I just left all thing and just go move on with my life. So we get for the government get for make sure say even though people they advocate for more laws, they get for make sure say the implementing bodies themselves do their own parts. The police, because this na criminal offense, so definitely get for go to the police for investigation. Then get for make sure say the other authorities them, the law enforcers then do their own part, so that they not go discourage victims or survivors. Because when they do this, like you say, it make people and say, it's not really worth it, because why I for go through all this as I put myself on the spotlight, the stigma and everything, then I go to the authorities then I keep the file and all then delay in investigating the matter.
No, just cue and bring in the policy maker or decision maker when at the Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs. Madam Minister, we get a survivor with we at the studio. I guess you don't listen to them. And just like every other person we get concerned, now the delay from the investigation where survivor them or victim them can don't come forward and talk about the harassment when they can go through. But the investigation can take long and some people can get frustrated or even abandon the case. As a Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs, how you going to ensure, say, you talk with the people that were responsible for investigation, not try for looking to then delay?
Okay, Nadamik, in the first place, in the country now, we get a sexual offense model court for minors, where we in the help for fast track some of them cases there. So, but that one court is not enough. Few weeks ago, I'm so happy that the Chief Justice make a pronouncement. Now our engagement will be there for say, would they get additional 3 courts them more than they can establish so that go help for fast track them case here. So that they tell you say government they on cause and then they try for look at the gaps them where they for let we able for try for address the incident then they. I will tell you about me visit where Aduna Moyamba and also Bont where some of the issues they also come up. In fact, some of them now that when the perpetrator don't commit this crime, then they take them away from the scene. Then they know they administer them cases there so now burnt. And also some parents or some families, especially of minors, where now then they involve, know they get access, know they able for witness how the proceedings them, how the proceedings they go. So that alone they not get trust in the system itself. Perpetrators commit crime born, they take them they all the way go Bo or Moyamba for go preside over them cases and they so people know they get clue of waiting they happen. They know waiting at the outcome of the some of them cases then they especially those poor families where not get transport for pay for go witness then cases then they so a lot of things they go wrong where as a ministry under the leadership of His Excellency the President as well. We don't discuss all the issues there. So they try for find mechanism them and put strategies in place so they help for reduce some of the cases there. So until we get them right. But we know they give their fears to them. We know say it occur, it happen. Remember say when I begin with the discussion, I talked about those gaps, I talked about the compromises and everything. So we are aware and then the government then calls for make we take action. Now this we they do presently. So we just they look forward for when they're going to institute the additional 3 model offense cases them, especially in the other parts of the country. We're not only in a free tournament because you yourself can understand the struggles where they happen when they don't a victim don't go through an ordeal for even travel with and like far away from Mongo or Fintonia or some other places for Kawitam na the urban area outside you can get access like na the one-stop center there. All the struggles that when they go through, all the one and they part of the problems then. So we strongly we really understand, we really know say it happen and we don't cause for make sure say we work together with partner them, even with the people them for make we end up. It go surprise you for say something in the way the incident here they occur. Victim and perpetrator they load na the same motorbike. It's so risky. The vulnerability we involve in all of them things there. So these are all things the way we know we don't come to we notice because we get workers them all over the country. And we express concern. Just very much interested. If you're not Komra, you're anything and you not go feel good at all. So we actually they try as a government, we they try as a people of this country. CSOs don't do a lot. Members say that space have been there and are aware. The international partner themselves don't do a lot. But I think we need for do a lot more than waiting the happen. So
thanks for you joining at this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show. That's the Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs. I said to Mahoy been they talk about waiting government do so far for ensure say they invest thing them we get for do with violence waking happen against woman and girl picking. And we still continue this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show. And when they come back to we studio guest them, they come over to Yasmin Jusu Sharif, in a human rights activist and lawyer. We all don't see we don't listen to what the minister don't say, but as the 16 days of activism they carry on, while you talk to community people, and because most times now communities the issues here can happen. And one key thing we don't make mention of this morning where you can get for do it end child FGM. Talk to the comrade because so many of them can feel saying a practice where they suppose for continue for the do. They not even know the dangers and we attached to some of the things them where they do in as much as they want for continue the tradition.
Thank you very much. Myself na Kumra. And me mama na bin Kumra, me granny de Kumra yun salon woman we know about that. That's something we don't do since time immemorial. And by God power we get for the big Kumra till the world done. Kumra fet for you picking. Now you picking, now you get for better you. Not to man get for better you. Now you picking eventually, now and especially you girl picking them. We don't know that. Now we picking them, girl picking them the better way. So right now we don't understand. We will not be all not be something understand before. Say the modern world where we picking them get for day. For cuts there, that bad side, enough fits there. Even sometimes they fit with great granny there, but the picking them for now, enough fit there, they help there. That cut where they cut them where they're small, it they unbog their education. If they unbog them go before one, when you see if you ask Rugi the way then can take the time for ask. If they ask 100 politicians at this country, if they don't make them cut them girl picking there, they always say no. They left that one day for the poor one day. Instead of them giving a better thing as politicians, as people that leader in our community, for giving a school, for giving a clinic, they say let them give una money for let them wound una pikine, let them cut una pikine, let them give them everlasting suffer. So now waiting. So now that's how they say, know yourself no to cause. Waiting the big one they want, the one they allege they want, waiting they want where they before, want time for you picking. So no cut you picking. No cut them. Wait time, let 18 years, let him say mama me I want go. Then you support her.
Then we look at the campaign where you don't depend for years against the harmful practices there, so where women and girl picking can go through and other domestic violence them. You don't go in a country like Kenya, Sudan and other places them. Then we try for compare in terms of how the campaign they make headway with Salone and the other country there so.
Well, I think say the campaign as Salone for don't make a lot of headway past this because we own from time immemorial, from where we get law, we get police. They know the court speaking there. If you look the research now this country, they not ever been the court, they not been they put a small picking there per society business. They say woman medicine, they say woman society, they not say picking society. This picking society business what they part now. This modern times now we carry tamu. Not to see what they do from time immemorial. So if we want for really go back to we custom and tradition, let we go back, let we respect we human society. Let woman don't big, you don't full up, you know what they do. Let him choose say he want join society. Okay? So that's what they different from many of the other countries. We know they do the cut woman and picking, we know they do mainly on Islamic lines. No. Waiting they happen in Nairobi and they happen at Kenya and lots of Kenya and parts and most of Sudan. Not on Islamic basis. In fact, the sheikh there, when maybe the Human Rights Commission, we get for they go rescue sheikhs there now places like Kaila district where they preach against the cutting of women and girls. Okay, so it's not an Islamic issue. Now women's society issue. And when we look historically, culturally, we women society know they cut pikin. So now we pull that one day. Now just cheap something where people then they do for blindfold other people there. Neither the thing. If person don't big, he say na that he want do, he can pay for himself. If you don't learn book, he not traumatized, he go able for pay for himself. He don't need anybody for pay for. He don't need anybody for help you do that one day. The family they come together, and even more now when we don't they develop the practice say, let we get the women's society without we know the court. Then everybody can join. It unites the family, they divide the families there.
Many thanks, Yasmin Joshua Sharif, for joining at the program this morning. Quickly, we can to Margaret L. Davis. You know, a survivor, you don't speak out, you don't go even to the CSW. Now, New York, you don't talk about your story. How you go continue for tell your story, for inspire other women them where they go through harassment, but then decide for keep them silent.
So, like I said earlier, at the speak out, for giving a comfort, for giving a hope, say, all is not lost and you can come out and share your story, because until we share our stories, then we not going to save other women suffering in silence. And I'll continue for work with a few civil society organizations, then we don't work with me at the background, and I'll continue for share my story, and I'll continue for sensitizing advocates for women and girls in this kind of situation. And my message to them this morning for say, speak out, let's change the narrative, this culture of power dynamics, because most times sexual harassment they happen from somebody with they above you, you superior, you boss, or somebody where they supervise you. Let's do away with the culture of power dynamics and impunity, because they're doing it with impunity that this not will take me anywhere. Even if they report me, I will intervene, and So speak out, come out, speak out. If not, you're not go able save the other women where they go through this, and you will put yourself in a position where you continue to take advantage over you.
Alright, many thanks we can at the studio this morning. That's Margaret L. Davis, a legal practitioner and also a survivor of SGBV. Maybe they explain waiting and the confidence and talk to people and where they're out there. As we wrap up this edition of the Liberty Good Morning Show, quickly, 2 seconds.
2 seconds. I just want to remind me, say 16 days of activism now a global issue. It is an issue where the United Nations very much concerned with. 2024, Salondo invest very much in getting we a seat on the Security Council. Waiting with a go Security Council for go talk about. Waiting go be priority. UN Security Council Resolution 1325, where they talk about violence against women, peace and security. Now, based on the Sierra Leone experience, now that's make we get her. So me once let the woman them, the government of this country and the woman then of this country then tell them government say, when you go na Security Council in 2024, prioritize the issue of violence against women. In particular, the issue of violence against women na Sudan. Usai right this moment, 7 million women, they at risk of sexual violence since the war start. 59 hospitals have been destroyed in the course of the fighting. No woman combatants, no did. If we do anything as members of the Security Council, we talk on issues with priority for the whole world. Let's Salone make women, peace and security, and protecting women against violence a priority. Right. Thank you very much.
Many thanks. Joshua Sharif, a lawyer and human rights activist, and also one for say plenty thank you to the Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs, when Aisata Mahoy, we join me live on the line. Now, this edition of the Breakfast Show, go let you continue for like and share the Liberty Online TV as we bring on more updates on different issues. Until then, Mina Mebel Kabade, so get yourself a wonderful week and goodbye.
Don't forget for joining the same conversation. And yet again, we'll go one-on-one program. You will get more opportunity for know about the 16 days of activism, waiting stakeholder than they do for end violence against women and girl picking them na salon. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a nice day.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.